Yes, welcome to the channel. Yes, it's your boy Padre Beat, and today I want to show you how I made a very good industry standard Amapiano beat. Yes, it's an Amapiano dance beat. So let's go into this tutorial right away without much wasting much of your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Yes, so let's go. So first on the list, what I actually started this beat with was the melody. I had to just play around, and immediately I got the melody. I decided, okay, yes, I'm gonna record. So this is what I did with the melody. As you can see, this is how the melody looks like. I'm just trying to open it for those who want to copy, actually. Okay, so this is it. So what I did with the melody, I just played just from here. So what I did was just to duplicate the first part of the melody 2 times, the second part of the melody 2 times. So as you can see, it's just, it has 1 layer. The melody has a first layer, this. So from here to here is the first part of the melody, and this is the second part of the melody. Sounds a bit low, so what I did was just to cut it, and then I duplicated them twice, 2 times. Yes, this is just it. So the second thing I did was, immediately I got this, I decided to say, okay, now we've gotten the melody. The next thing I started with was to go for the drums, and I started with the kick. So this is the kick. So this is just how I did the kick, very simple. And then the next thing I go with was the rim. So this is how the rims looks like. Very simple rim pattern, very simple rim pattern. So with the kick, this is how it sounds like. So the next thing I did was to put a shaker, and trust me, I have 2 shakers. Yes, the dance pattern is coming out, right? So okay, the next thing I did was just to add a snare. Okay, the snare, it seems like my snare is kind of, yes, this is my snare, but I had to play with a bit of the velocity just to give me that human life feel, that random feel. So okay, the next thing I did was to actually play something, a conga, and then this is how my conga sounds. Yes. Okay, so after I did the conga, so with the conga, let me just play the conga and a few of the drums. This is how it sounds. Okay, so one of the things I did was to actually continue with some of the melodies first before I could actually think. So I used the normal GMS, the GMS everybody is using in Amapiano beat, and this is what I actually just did. It was just a simple melody trick. Just a simple melody pattern I used for it. Okay, let me just bring it somewhere around here. And with just the melody, let me just play it with the melody so you would understand what I'm trying to explain here. Yes, this is perfect, right? Okay, so this is actually good. So the next thing I did was to actually use purity, and under the purity I used Arte Glide from Apprecios, and this is how it sounds. It is just a straight arpeggio, no any pattern plate on it. I just laid it on key C because the beat is actually perfectly balanced on key C. So one of the things I did was to actually go with a brass section, and this is the brass section. I use the brass section from FL Studio. It's a stock sound, a stock plugin from FL Studio. That's the brass section. So one of the things I want to show you was some of the patterns, some of the things in it, and then I just used a string from Triton. You could actually use any string for this. As you can see, the first pattern, I have two patterns in the string. The first pattern is actually a single layer pattern, but the second part of the pattern was actually a double layer pattern. As you can see, I had to just give it some melody. So okay, so this is how it sounds with the main sound. Okay, so this is perfect, right? And then another thing I did was, one of the things I know almost everybody loves in Amapiano, one of the things that actually brings out the Amapiano in any beat is the log drum. So this is the log drum. I just used the normal log drum. Okay, so as you can hear, there is this sharp Amapiano sound, a log drum sound. I had to just duplicate this, and when I duplicate it, I had to just play with the sustain a bit and play with the time, and this is how it sounded. This is the sound it gave me. So let me just go to it, and so I play them on the same pattern. As you can see, this is the main log drum, and this is the supportive log drum. So this is the supportive log drum here. So this is how it sounds. As you can see, I just laid 1-1-1 and just a few on the same pattern with the main log drum. As you can see. So this is nice. Okay, for the melodies, I think this is just the end of having melodies in this track. So let's continue with much of the instrumentations. That's the percussion. So I just had a conga, and then yes, as you can see here, just towards the end of the drumming. Let me just play a bit of the drum so that you could hear it with this and understand what I'm trying to say. So as you can see, I had to play with the velocity just to give it that hand sound, that the normal live playing sound. Okay, so after that, what I did was another pattern again. As you can see, I had to play with the velocity again. This is another different conga. So if I should mix it with the first conga, so I had to just pan one to the left, one to the right, as you can see. So the next thing I did was to actually do something of which I will want to show you from here again, just to show you how creative this sound is. What I did was to just use a hi-hat, and this is the hi-hat. Okay. Yes, perfectly. I just had to just lower it down to sound, far away, not so harsh. And then one of the things I did was actually find loops. This is one of the hardest part of this beat. When I finished the beat, I felt the beat was kind of empty, so I had to just find some loops from Sabah Samples. Shout out to Sabah Samples. I use their loops a lot. And then I cut. I just have to chop in within the loops, and I found a few things that could help this beat shine. So let me play this without those congas so you could understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this is a roll from Sabah Samples, and one of the things I added was to add, as I said, I chopped some loops. Okay, you're listening to it, right? As you can hear, these are a few loops I added, and then I have some loops again from Sabah Samples I added. This is actually from Sabah Samples too. This thing that sounds like a woman's voice. Okay. So another thing I added was another percussion loop from Sabah Samples again, and let me play it with this. You're listening to it, right? So these were just a few creativities I decided to do. So let me just play some of the things. Yes, I just want to play most of the percussion so you could hear it first before we can fully go into. So this is it. This is much of the drumming. So I will be playing yes, it's a perfect drumming session, right? So let me play. But one of the things I did in the beginning was to use a Jep impact for my to introduce the whole sound. Yes, this is how the Jep impact sound. This was what I did with it. As you can see, I just had to play. Okay, let's say I just had to play with the velocity a bit. This is a bit low. This is a bit low, but this is high. So towards introducing, yes, this is perfect. So with the whole beat, this is how it sounds. Okay, so this is the full beat. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. More tutorials coming your way, more videos coming your way, more learning.